Woo!
It's time that the jazz musicians take up their original role of leading the public into more adventurous rhythms. Well, take five is proof of it.
Magical mystery.
Woo! Hopefully you like the jazz. Like the jazz on this joint. I'm gonna try coming in and coming back out because for some reason on my tablet I can't see what everybody's posting. Give me 1 sec, folks. Believe it or not, it did the trick. Woo! We got Electrician 480, James Keels. We got Bit of Truth. We got Haru, A.L. Evans, that mother trucker, Little Rock, Adrian Thomas. Woo! Give me a woo if you enjoyed that jazz, man. That Japanese jazz, man. Tell me you enjoyed that shit. Start playing some more soul and jazz for y'all, man. Start playing this shit. See, I like to give out, credit where credit is due. And it has to go to the master teacher BGS first and foremost. And when I was listening to his latest video, it was amazing to me because that analogy of Charlie Brown and Lucy. Yeah, I might start that. How did you like it, Adrian? How did you like that jazz, man? How did you like that jazz? See, I'll say this real quick about the jazz. Black people, our fingerprints are on every piece of this earth. There's nowhere where we didn't touch. When we weren't making the money here that we were respectfully supposed to make, we went everywhere else. They loved our music. They emulated. Hell, we even brought some of them back to play in our bands. Like they had a Japanese guy in Maze playing keyboards and pianos. And I'm going to go back to what I was saying about the master teacher. For so long, black men have sacrificed life, limb, happiness, goals for the benefit of the women, the children, the community, and society as a whole. And the only thing black men have been reciprocated was everybody's ass to kiss. No love, no respect, nothing. And he was absolutely right. That's the reason why I had to write down Corinthians. You know, it's First Corinthians 13, verse 3. And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burnt, and have not charity, it profits me nothing. And that's exactly what the relationship between black men and black women is in one Bible verse. You give us access, but you do it without charity. You don't even teach our kids. You don't even raise our kids proper. You don't even love us. It profits you nothing. And for you simps out there, when you're simping and doing and giving all this stuff to people who don't deserve it, it profits you nothing. So he's absolutely right. Kudos to the master teacher. Today, we're going to have a real good discussion about the wall. It's funny how people don't understand limits. And there are some men and some women who are limit breakers. That wall is something that is inevitable. It's the eventual juggernaut. It's reality setting in and saying, if you didn't cash in by now, it's too late. Shout out to the Roger Report. He said it best. Any woman that has the chance to lock down a man before the age of 30 and doesn't is a loser. I had a girl one time tell me when she was dating, she was too young to get married at 21, 22, and 23 years old. And she's 40. She's a month younger than me. And she's still not married. Not even engaged. What does it profit you? A lot of women, modern women especially, do not take care of themselves very well, let alone a community, let alone a family. You created black men to be the class of the shitted upon, but yet you don't understand the wall. And this part about the wall is not just for black women, it's for every woman. I've said it for years, from 15 to 30, if you're at least a upgradable 6 or a 7, you're a rock star. Once you get past 30, life changes. You know what life does to you? It does this. Throws all your beauty, throws all your benefits the fuck out of here. That's what it does. When you literally stop getting the benefits of pretty or youthful privilege, it's devastating. It's really devastating to see grown women not able to compete who had a chance. But you had more faith in a degree that puts you in debt than a man who could have been your salvation. Somebody need to put that shit in the chat. Somebody need to put that shit in the chat right now. You had more faith in a degree that instantly puts you in debt than a man who could have instantly been your salvation. What's up with that? You forego your family. You wait and wait and wait until your eggs are scrambled. Eggs are scrambled. And what happens to you? You become bitter. You become delusional. You have nothing but vitriol and hatred to everybody who tries to be nice and honest to you. Why? I don't know. Maybe it's modern women's nature not to trust men. You don't trust me, but you want my money. You don't trust me, but you want me to do something nice for you. You don't trust me, but you want me to protect you. But then, for average woman, 30, for pretty woman, 35, the wall hits. The wall hits. Even the pretty women in their 40s, they don't get the options they get anymore. See, a woman who's 40, she wants a guy that's at least 40 to 45, making six figures. She's got to go 20 years older, which most women don't like. Because that man, he made his money and he's set, he can literally go 20, if not 30 years younger. Just because you don't believe it exists doesn't make it any less true, ladies. Here's my question. When does a 40-year-old man have to go to 60-year-old women? Unless he's like the pool boy. Majority of the time, we can go 20 years younger. And see, what happens with the law for women is that women not only lose their value, they lose their difficulty. They become easy. Why do you think so many young cats probably have numbers of older 30, late 30s to mid 40-year-old women? And the young cats are 18, 19, 20. Because they get easier, and they have to be, because nobody's checking for their asses like they used to anymore. Your looks fade. Oh, and I know I got detractors out there because I'm willing to have any detractor come one on one with the great one. Please, the Falcon Man awaits you, detractors. Because how can I prove this? Go to any half decent looking college kid and he's around his mother's friends. His mother's friends are trying to fuck him. They're trying to find any excuse they can get him over their house. Oh, I need you to carry this. But if she was in her prime, she wouldn't even look at niggas. She has to go all out to show that she's available. See, when women start to age, it becomes minus signs for them. When it comes to men, when we grow beards, it only increases our handsome state. Facial hair, even when it's what you say, salt and pepper, the silver fox, makes us look better, more distinguished. How many women with gray hair are men really trying to seek out? How many? I'll wait. I'll let anybody answer that. My man Mike makes a good point. This is the reason why 50, 60-year-old women are getting plastic surgery, looking like circus clowns. She couldn't bag a man in her 20s, and I'll even give you up to 35. So, yes, that's some loser shit, especially when you had the overwhelming majority advantage. You rather go under the knife than to, be under the protection of a man. You rather go under a knife than to be under the protection and the leadership of a man. You talk to us like we don't understand the game. We understand our value. That's why we are human doings, not human beings. Women are human beings. You got value because of what you are early in life. We have value because of what we are later in life. I was listening to a short video where it was this fine girl talking about men are not the prize. High value men are not the prize. They're rare. And this delusional chick said, well, I'm looking for one. Wait, that's what makes them valuable. That's what makes them rare. You know why diamonds are fucking expensive? Gold and coltan and silver and platinum are fucking expensive? It's because you rarely can find it. It's not a common element. And she said, well, the reason why they're not the women are the prize is because women got a pussy. What natural born woman on earth doesn't have that? You can literally get a fucking woman from a mud hut, and 9 out of 10, she probably has natural beauty, way more appreciative and submissive, and you'll get more out of her than any modern woman today. Mike Tyson, believe it or not, actually says some profound shit time to time. And he said it best. Too many guys out there, when they date women, are looking for their mother's love. But that woman can never love you. Your mother, if she was a good woman, your mother did everything for your survival. Your girl will do everything for you for her survival. Think about that. Modern women does everything for their survival. They don't love you. They need you, but they don't love you. And that's the dichotomy of the issues. That's the real issues right there. The main issue is that modern men, especially black men, are not going to play this game anymore. Sorry, lady. Gotta love it. Sounds of the summer. Sounds of the summer in Baltimore, dirt bikes. You gotta understand it, man. These women are only loyal to their options. If she got more up her sleeve, she is not going to be loyal to you. That's why it doesn't pay to be with a woman with all this education or make a lot of money. For what? She's going to shit on you. She's going to tell you she could do whatever the hell she wants. Especially if she makes more than you. I'll put yourself through that. I've never seen a relationship where a man makes less than his woman that is successful. I've never seen it. I'm saying it does. I'm not saying it's not possible. I just never seen it. You get a lot of these simps up here who will keep plugging these women's egos and saying, "Oh, you look beautiful, girl. So what? You got about 4 or 5 kids. You don't even know who the baby daddies are, but you look beautiful, girl. You black queen girl." Not even hold her accountable and say, "Look, shorty, you don't need to date me. You got 4 kids. When the kids move out the house, that's when you get back on the dating scene. You didn't get married, you stick your nose in them books, and you raise them kids." And this is the shameful part of it. Not too many people will acknowledge this phenomenon called the wall. Nature's limiter. Women are trying to forego everything, trying to delay the inevitable that is called the wall. Anytime you have to freeze your eggs, you automatically hit the damn wall. Anytime. Think about it. And when you hear highly attractive women freezing their eggs, something in your brain has to say, something has to give. Just like the master teacher talked about in his latest video of how insufferable women are, particularly in the black community. We have a lot of insufferable women, women who are not a joy to be around. Abusive. second guessing of your authority. And then we're supposed to come back and willfully say, hey, all right, we're supposed to constantly say, I'm not going through pain. Bullshit. Bullshit. It's like something has to give. It's like saying, I want you to go rescue somebody. One, we're not going to pay you. Two, we're not going to honor you. Three, we're not going to respect you. Four, we're going to give you our ass to kiss, not contempt. What do I get out of this? Me. I'm the prize. But we're supposed to take up all these wall hitters, these women with multiple fathers who are always trying to say men are irresponsible with their dicks. No, we're not. For some odd reason, we're never given our just due. We're never given a high defense or a high value rate for our own selves. I'm just asking, if there is a wall, theoretically, why are modern women taking their sweet time? If you're a guy 27 years old with a master's, maybe 27, 28 years old with a PhD, you go for, let's say, STEM, starting you off around what? 115, excuse me. They start you off with $150,000. Are you going to be looking for a woman that's 40 plus who froze her eggs? I mean, seriously. Yes. For all those who disagree, the wall for women is your fertility, your vitality, and your beauty. The wall for men is performance. Somebody put that in the chat. A woman's wall is her fertility, her vitality, and her beauty. The wall for men is performance. It's crazy in its head. But some of us don't even understand. Excuse me. It's crazy of us that some of us don't understand these limits, this wall. And like in DC Comics, they have the source wall, where people who try to enter the source, aka the spirit or the presence of God, usually get stuck on it for all eternity. And that's what's happening to modern women. They're getting stuck for all eternity. See, men, it's very hard for men to hit a wall because we're based on performance. You have judges and lawyers who are 80 years old, still performing, still teaching, still procreating kids. But yet, we're going to seriously say that, hey, we don't lose value? Depends. It's easy for a woman to lose value because most women on earth are average. This is also the reason why I tell a lot of women you need to work on your non-sexual skills. You need to work on actually being likable, fit, friendly, and feminine. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Because what value do you have after you can't produce children, after your beauty fades? What value do you have? When the children are old enough to fend for themselves, what value do you have? It, it's it's almost comical. How many times in the military and police department, women said they'll wait. You'd be surprised how many women nowadays and the millennial or younger millennial, especially the 30s and 20-year-olds who are just buying dogs and cats and getting upset that men don't even want to take them out anymore. Yeah, companionship, babe. What's up, Snowman? Home health care. Think about it. Are modern women enjoyable to be around? Period. That's why I always tell my man's Ali. The one thing I could say, looking out on that, every relationship got their ups and downs. Y'all don't just love each other. You like each other. You enjoy each other's presence. There's times you probably get on each other's nerves. Of course, that's human nature. But you genuinely enjoy each other's time, non-sexual time at that. You genuinely love each other's presence. And that's the secret of why a lot of these chicks are ending up lonely. A lot of these chicks are ending up unfulfilled because they cannot bring up families of their own. It's amazing how you could get a PhD and brag about it like a man would, but your grandmother, through her womb, is responsible for 70 to 100 people. Your great grandmother, or your grandmother sometimes, you come from a large family. There are 100 to 50 to 100 people who were there because she gave birth and she taught them well. Think about it. A lot of you don't understand this shit. It's really sad because when you really think about it, it's an easy fix. Go to a gym, be friendly, be in your natural feminine state. Hmm. It's it's like seeing a homeless person throw away a winning lottery ticket. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. You don't even have the decency to say, you know what, we don't know how to talk to men. We don't understand men. We're willing to learn. No, what you do is you try to say men are afraid to commit, which is a lie because we're more married than you. What's the stat? That if a woman has a degree, she is nine, there's a 90% rate she will file for the divorce. I dare any of you to ask modern women what use are men in the world today. Hell, if a feminist or a lady who disagrees with me, I promise you, you can come up here and we'll have a dialogue, and I'll explain to you that y'all really don't give a fuck about us, especially if you believe that you have a space in the wall reserved for you. Then you're gonna tell me where all the good men are. But I'm gonna ask you this one question: are you a good woman who deserves that good man? Fair is fair, right? We live in an egalitarian state, right? Good men should be paired up with good women, right? I want you to really take a good look at that. Every complaint you had of men, and black men in particular, we overcame. It's disturbing. We will never get back what we're due. The sacrifices we make for our families, our societies, our communities, our children, our women, it's insurmountable. It's going to become a cold world at the snap of a finger. You are going to have to put your money where your mouth is. I will finish off with saying this. If anybody want to get up here and make a statement to what I said, debunk it, agree with it, here's the link. But I'm going to say this because sometimes it bothers me. It really does bother me. Not to the point where it hurts, but it makes me think. If the people who pass culture are discombobulated, disingenuous, deceitful, and disturbed, why fight to save a society that aren't going to appreciate the sacrifices anyway? Why? Ladies and gentlemen, bit of truth.
Hi.
Hi. Hi.
Marcus hate when I do that.
Hi.
No, I was sitting up here. I'm listening to you, and I'm thinking about how I sit up here and I tell people, I'm like, look, we as black men, we're seen as the devil. Hence my profile pic for the past couple of months.
That is
Like
a
we get blamed for everything.
that's an incredibly good
We
show.
get Yes, it is. It is an incredibly good show because, in all honesty, if you really think about it, what did he say? He said, "Hey, look, like you humans, like you always blame me for everything. Like, but what you fail to remember is that you have free will. Like, I'm not responsible for your soul. I'm not responsible for what happens to you. You are.
Wait a minute.
You're responsible for
Can you
yourself."
say that? Can
Hmm?
you say that line one more time for the niggas in the back who didn't hear you?
I will repeat it the way he said it. Like, I am responsible for a great many things, but not your soul, not your actions, and not insert whatever crime you committed and blamed on me here, if that makes any sense.
Woo! Shout out to Bocanis. Always supportive. Thank you.
And what people don't seem to understand, the devil is not evil, the devil punishes evil.
Exactly.
God gave him his own king. Well, if you go by, Christian mythology, God gave him his own kingdom to rule since he wanted to rule heaven so bad. Like, here, rule the worst of the worst.
Matter of fact, you know what I love about Vertigo Comics, which is basically Lucifer Morningstar that you see in the show. That's based on DC's Vertigo, which is the with Sandman, Death, and all them characters come from. They actually meet, and the context they kept the same. They actually did keep the same in the comic. The devil doesn't take you to hell. You make you path you chart your own path to hell. He's just
Right.
a facilitator. And I look at modern women, black women in particular, and I say, there's a reason why you don't have the families you want. There's a reason why you gotta work like sweaty ass men. You chose it.
Yeah, it's the life you chose because you wanted to be the boss.
You want to be the boss, suffer what the boss has to suffer. I've asked every woman, who's gonna come to your rescue if somebody breaks into your damn house?
I'm gonna call the police. You mean the motherfuckers who might shoot you because they think that you're the criminal?
Or or better yet, just tell reality. Because I'm maybe just maybe I might know a thing about the police. Just saying, maybe we got to get there first. We got to be called first.
Yeah,
And
which might take anywhere to 2 to 10 minutes.
even if you have a handgun, what if you have multiple suspects? Who's going to protect your children and you when it's a man's job to sacrifice, to protect?
A lot can happen within 2 to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a long time to wait for somebody to come and help you when you got intruders in your house.
Oh yeah. That's a pucker factor right there. And it's funny because talking about Lucifer, one day I'm gonna break down the character in the comic, Lucifer. which is the same
You
one.
do that, I'm gonna break down the one in the show. We're gonna have to tag team on that one because
Yeah,
I've been meaning to break down the show characterizations for 2 years.
because I think he's probably the best character in modern television today. I think he's one of the best because you see his frustration. You see what he said. You know what? Fuck it. I quit. You handle this shit. I just want to be a nightclub owner in a nice bar. The boss
And
character. Yeah, I got a
then
nine.
he fell in love.
I got a 590 semi-automatic shotgun. Pretty nice with that bitch. I could get headshots and chest shots from 50 yards away with that. And it's fun, right? You constantly see them fight against their nature and lose. And lose. I had a buddy of mine just text me and say, hey, I had a chick who I was saying, hey, you're busy? Let's do something tonight. Yeah, let's have a movie night. All right, bet. And then he said she went live on Facebook and she's with some dude, forgetting that he is friends with her on Facebook.
Mm.
No, on Instagram or Facebook, something like that. And he saw the live video. And I laughed and I said, you know what? You never interrupt an idiot making a mistake.
What was he doing with the dude?
Drinking and laughing and eating.
Oh, fuck that shit.
That's the reason why I have a wicked mentality. There's an old club mix, shout out to Baltimore Club Music, an old school club mix from the 90s, late 90s, late to mid 90s. Yep, 50-yard headshot with a monster.
Look, you gotta love social media, and I made a post today on I think it was yesterday. It was yesterday today on my Facebook page because I deleted my personal, so this is my business account, my photography account, and I have a lot of SJW woke white women on there, and they talk the biggest shit. Like one woman was trying to make a big deal about the shoulder bump, about women being shoulder checked by men, because some girl said, hey, I decided not to move out of men's way when I walk down the street. And good Lord, like my shoulder is sore. So many men were bumping into me. Yeah, I did that. And so did I. Yeah, me too. Like, oh, these guys, they just abuse all these women. I'm like, bitch, you're not exclusive to that.
Yeah.
We as men go through the same shit.
Yeah, even worse. We're damn near about to get in a fight. See,
thank you.
See,
I told her, I said, look, for men, it's a power play. If you do it by accident, if you accidentally bump somebody by accident, if you don't want any drama or no smoke, both of y'all you'll apologize to the other person and hope that he apologizes back. But occasionally you'll bump into somebody by accident where they did it on purpose, or they're having a bad day and they take it as an insult and they want to take it to the next level. Because as Kevin Samuels say, we live under a low-level threat of violence.
Yeah, and sometimes, depending on...
that can escalate quickly at the drop of a hat.
And sometimes we live under a high threat of violence, depending on your neighborhoods.
Exactly. So I was like, so your best bet as a woman is to simply move the fuck out of the way, unless you want to fight a nigga. And exactly. She tried to make it into some big ass fucking SJW female male toxic bullshit. I was like, for some reason, you must think we live in polite society.
No, we don't. I said, we're as polite as we can get as human beings in this society. Think about when COVID...
Only because of the penalties when you're not.
But once in a while, evolution does two things. It skips ahead in very few times, and sometimes it devolves. Remember when COVID first hit and there was a shortage for bottled water, toilet paper? We had a shortage for toilet paper, but not for soap and washcloths. You'll wipe your ass, but you won't clean it. But I digress. And think about this. You, me, and three other guys fighting over that gallon of water. Guess who's automatically asked out and can't even join the fight?
Women.
And
The woman.
what happens when the police, because like myself, my man Mike is in the chat, we had to handle the Baltimore riots. A lot of women.
So where was your hiding spot?
Shit, I had to be at the front row of the gate.
Because I know you wasn't out there trying to stop brothers from venting their frustration.
No, they had me at other places, and I was in front of the Western District.
Okay.
Where, you had 2,000 people in front of it protesting.
So
And
they had you out front of the protest, but not the motherfuckers who was throwing bottles and rocks and shit.
Oh, they were throwing some shit too. And I had to warn one person. I said, look, I'm a very patient person. You got a First Amendment right to say what's on your mind. First motherfucker throw a rock or throw a bottle at me, I'm jumping in that crowd and I'm going to get your ass. I'm going to make you wish like hell you never. I'm going to make you curse your ancestors that you were born when I'm through with you.
Like, this ain't got nothing to do with blackness. This is about, nigga, you disrespected me.
And I don't give a fuck what the other people may do, because since you want to act a fool, I'm gonna show you what a true fool is. And it's ridiculous, because now you're having all these women who are going through depression because what?
They're alone.
They're alone.
You have beauty queens who off themselves. You had a beauty queen who offed herself because she couldn't find a man.
And she's ultimately beautiful. You're talking about literally one of the most beautiful women to ever grace the planet in history, right? Mm-hmm. Fair to say, right? Fair to say. If you win Miss America or Miss World or whatever, you're literally considered one of the most beautiful women who ever walked the earth, and you couldn't find a man. Nope. That tells me how pathetic women have become.
The brothers were apathetic and the white boys were racist. And so she killed herself. She jumped off her balcony.
And this was the sister. I was wondering why she did it. I thought she had some mental issues. Couldn't find out I was kind of right.
Yeah.
And to think about it, I was dating this girl. I'll name names, Janelle. And one time, it just fine as fuck too. I mean, fine as a motherfucker, man. Body built like a goddamn brick house. Face, lips, everything. God damn, she's fine. Natural hair too. And she told me that she's used to living. She kind of likes to argue, or she likes living alone. And sometimes I look at it. I'm like, you know what? We can, and black in particular, we gotta believe.
Wait. She said she likes to argue, so therefore she likes to live alone.
Yeah, she likes to. She kind of liked to argue, and she.
So she was just a piece of box then.
Yeah, and it was like you try to make shit work, and you look at motherfuckers, and you gotta believe a motherfucker for what they say, not what you want them to do. You gotta fight with the army you got, not with the one you want. And you look at these modern women who are uber pretty, uber beautiful, and can't settle down on a man. And this makes it funny. Her son's father is married with 2 more kids with his wife. Of course, he has his son, and he has 2 more boys with his wife. This dingy chick said to me one time, I told him, well, he needed to do more. So he said, okay, well, give me the boy, and I'll bring him back to you on weekends. And then she said, well, I don't even have my son. I feel like the wayward parent or the neglectful parent. I said, bitch, did you really say that? You asked the man to do more. He stepped up to the plate and did more. Now she claims the guy was abusive and did all this shit and hit her and all this shit. But when you work in this field, guess what happens? You learn that violence in domestic violence situations are usually a two-way street. When you really go in depth, guess what happens? They usually gotta make that money, electrician. You usually notice that almost 70% of the domestic violence, the women are the aggressors. They start the shit. So I'm thinking to myself, did that dude, I had to ask her, did that dude ever propose to you? And she said no. No, the dude never proposed to her. What's up, James?
Yeah, man, I'm just cooling, man. One thing, man, thank you for having this topic, yo, cause you got the war going on, and Angry Man just did a show called Danny Glover. He's talking about all these ugly chicks who these dudes in these spaces and even in real life give praise to. And let me add to that, yo. Like I've been in the hospital field since the '90s, bro. Right? I done did everything in the hospital except become a doctor, right? And as my life going through different phases and different positions at these jobs, you need to watch The Breakfast Club, the movie. And what did he say? He said even though he do housekeeping, he got the keys to all the doors, right? And one thing I know is females are the nastiest people between men and women. You know what I mean? Like the female bathrooms are disgusting, the locker rooms are disgusting. These are things that I have to clean up. You know what I'm saying? So they come on these panels and call dudes dusties and all of these ad hominems attack on us. But yo, like let's keep it real. Y'all are disgusting. Hands down, bruh.
You know,
I don't care if you go to the bathroom from a women bathroom to a man bathroom. The women bathroom always going to be the nastiest, bruh. Always.
it's funny because back in the day, we used to be able to call women dainty.
Right.
These bitches are harder than project steps.
What you call them? Concrete face.
I mean, they harder than project steps, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
You could nuke a project and steps and still be there, man. And,
That's a
and that,
fact.
that the only thing that could destroy project steps are fucked up children.
And
And
like you said it best, right? Angry Man said it best. You said best. So like I like to connect the dots, right? As they being toxic, like angry. I don't know how the Angry Man put it, but if you want to be a man and you want equal opportunities and all of this, it's like their skin and their neck and their freaking chin just get bigger and bigger. Like you like you said, right? I mean, like Angry Man said, if you look around right now in society, you got dudes who getting skinny, but these chicks are masculine, like they're bigger than their dudes.
they're getting bigger. And it's funny because I used to tell people this when I answer calls. And I was like, you just got out of jail. He was like, how'd you know? And I looked at her. You're not a bad looking dude, homo, but you ended up with her because you had no place to go. She had the
Right,
power. And
right,
these bigger chicks, notice the bigger they get, the more aggressive they get.
right. And the more manly their voice get, you know what I'm saying? They always hacking, like they always acting like they got something stuck in their nose. You know what I mean? Like they always got a fucking cold or some shit. They
Yeah, I
spitting,
never
gagging with
in my
with their fucking
twenties.
bonnet on their head. You feel
In
me? Like
my
crazy.
20s, I never used to see women spit.
This
Now I see them spit like they chewing tobacco and shit. Like,
yo, that's a fact, bro.
they spit
I
so
see it
goddamn much.
every day.
They spit so goddamn much. You think they on a rap album? Like, god damn, they spit so much a camel's insulted. Like, ew, bitch, even I got limits.
And
Like
then
a
like
lot of bit like that.
don't let them eat, Charles. Like you remember back in the day when a woman used to be modest when she eat, like she eat with her mouth closed. Like these females are hacking up a storm when they eat.
Like I'm gonna tell you how bad it's getting.
Like it's
A
fucked
woman,
up, bro.
it took a woman 6 months to a year for you to find out she actually takes a shit.
Right,
Nowadays, they will take a shit on a first date. You think it
right.
was like a fucking 6'4", 350-pound bus driver who lit that bathroom up.
That's a fact.
Nothing. No. They used to pack like fucking disinfected wipes, baby
Yeah,
wipes.
like you smell that shit.
Hell, what the fuck she was doing in the bathroom. Matter of fact, she go into your bathroom back in the day. The bathroom comes out cleaner than what the fuck she came into it.
That's a fact. That's a whole
That
fact.
bitch, bitch leaving roots on her shit like she did donuts in that motherfucker.
Fighting
Like
in front of you and shit. Like I don't
nasty.
know what kind of dude to allow a woman to pass gas in front of them on the first date. Like that shit's weird, bro.
And it's sad because they're like, why don't men want to date me?
Yeah, she talk this like that too.
The reason why men don't want to date you is because they're not gay.
Hmm.
You're a fucking man. Nobody wants to walk down the street holding hands with Big Van Vader.
Damn. All you gotta do is go downtown, like just go to your local downtown. Just chill. Just chill and just see the numbers. See how many fly dudes. Fly dudes though, who got their little shit together, whatnot, who got fucked up ass females though.
And all we ask is for fit, friendly, and feminine.
Right. But they act like that's a fucking crime or some shit.
We're not trying to build businesses with you. We're not
Hmm.
asking you to do multiple shit. It's crazy because it's like, yo, bare minimal shit is very hard.
Right. Like look at my avatar picture right now, right? I'm not gonna blow her spot up unless it's me for it, unless I can, right? This chick right here, who I got on my avatar, goes on different fucking panels, cussing out everybody, bro, from the dudes to the females, everybody. Never came up, right? Never came up. But I asked that person to came up one time. The person was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna came up." So I was like, "Fuck it, yo, let me go to your channel." I had to dig deep to find this fucking picture, right? Like, come on, bro. We got females fucked up teeth, fucked up skin, who talk reckless to brothers in this space, such as yourself, such as Angry Man, such as BGS, such as you know what I mean? Like guys who mean something to this space, guys who bring value to this space. Like how dare them talk shit to well-renowned guys in this space and they look fucked up. And I got multiple screenshots of these females way worse than this avatar who talk cash shit to multiple people in this space, bro.
Yeah, and I mean, that's why a feminine woman is like platinum and diamonds these days. 30 years ago, 40 years ago, it used to be a dime a dozen when it came to feminine women. Now, my God, you find a feminine woman, you could trade her in and become a millionaire.
That's a fact.
That's how rare she is. And
That's what
then
I told the lady at my job.
they lie straight in your face and say, we don't want those type of women. No, bitch, you decided to be a fucking man. We didn't ask for that.
Indeed.
We didn't ask for that. We asked for feminine, fit, friendly, fun-loving, caring, supportive, submissive, cooperative. I'm just like, wait a minute. Notice, I didn't say you need a bachelor's in journalism and a master's in business and a
Right.
PhD in education. Never asked for that.
Nope. Nope. I was on another app, right? The dude was like, because he do construction, he make $32 an hour. So he was trying to kick it to this lady on the panel. Mind you, yo, he was high. He was average looking. And he was like, yo, what if I just come over there, you know what I'm saying, after work and get something to eat? The first thing he said was, I don't cook, bro. This dude make $32 an hour, maybe more with his overtime. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
he even played him.
Yeah. And it's like, what good is it? What good is it? If all I'm gonna get is your ass to kiss, then no, no.
Then, then I'm gonna kill you with this one. She on a panel. She lost her phone. I think her son had her. She on there screaming at him like, "Yo, why you going through my phone? Why you picked up my phone? Hand me my effing phone and all of that." Like right on the panel, bro. Right on the panel. Didn't even mute the button.
That's disgusting. And then you wonder why your son is going against the grain and doesn't date a woman like his mother. They always say, your mama's black. I know. That's why I tell you made a better decision.
Yo, I made a better decision. Like I said this today in Angry Man channel, right there in the comment section. Like I don't give a fuck. I was like, yo, I chose the better woman, man, because I didn't. I mean, yeah, a better woman because I didn't want to date no black woman, man, because of the circumstances, cussing me out. You know what I mean? Talking cash shit all day, every fucking day. How you gonna talk shit to me and your hair fucked up? You know what I mean? Like, come on, bro. Stringy hair, crazy looking. I'm like, yo, bro, I had to choose better. Yeah, I did it. Hell yeah, I wanted my children to have long curly hair. Fuck it. Like, let's keep it real, bro. Some dudes do that. Like, stop playing. You know what I'm saying? I was bullied growing up and all of that. Like, nah, I'm gonna give my kids a fighting chance, bro.
I'm like, I'm like, really? It's no difference than the bots and the idiots who keep posting these adult dating sites and all this
Oh,
pornography shit.
yeah, they've been doing that for me.
You're just idiots.
Yeah,
You're not helping towards the conversation. You're
right.
not helping black men and black women get back together. So why the fuck are you posting this shit? It's like
Man,
you got a lot of people out there who make money off of this shit. And
right,
then when we talk about the wall and shit like this, it's not
hmm
to belittle women, it's to warn them. Like,
right,
look, I'm sorry, chick. A woman with kids got to be more submissive and more feminine than a woman without.
right,
The more kids you have, the better you better be. The more submissive, the more, fit you better be knocking it out the park because you're coming in with a deficit.
right.
It's different when men have children because responsibility looks good on men. And I'm just saying, like, the wall is undefeated. You're starting to see a bunch of these loser women who
Mm-hmm.
can never lock down a man, and it's being prevalent.
It is because Angry Man put up the picture, yo. You remember the movie Top Gun, right? The movie Top Gun with Tom Cruise and the other chick. I don't know her name. He showed he showed how Tom Cruise looked right now, and the other chick, like the
So
main actress chick or whatever. Yo, she looked fucking horrendous. She looked like
she
the
looks
wall fell on her ass, bro.
she looks like she's 30 to 40 years older than Tom Cruise. She looks like she could be Tom Cruise's mother.
Right. Exactly. And that's what majority of these chicks gonna end up looking like, because these dudes on here, or even in real life, happen for these so-called um the bad chick or the hot girl summer chick. You don't realize like that shit gonna fade within 10 years, bro.
And shout out to Adrian Thomas.
Maybe
All I want is
better than that
deep
because all they
prosperity
do is drink.
and my
Salute,
passport.
salute, salute
Woo!
everybody.
And I mean, I can't blame dudes who want their passport. Like my
Right.
homeboy tried to say, what about the good women here? I said, let's say you got 5 million men. Should
Mm-hmm.
5 million men have to chase 5,000 women and women outnumber us? All the good women. So that means you're going to have well over 4 million men asked out. Really, 4.9 million men are going to be asked out.
Right.
And it's like, yo, This is the whole thing in a nutshell. We don't want women to nag us and abuse us and think this is love. You're confusing young boys, like not to ask for women who respect and love them.
Right. Because you see it in this space, right? Okay, boom. The second wave was going against like women's like Hammond, women's like you know, concrete roads or whatever. You know what I mean? And picking synthetic G or whatever, right? But they are the you gotta understand like they are the mothers of this space, whether you like it or not. And now you got these new age women who took their rhetoric and added to what's going on right now. I don't care what panel you go on right now. It's gonna be chick who got that rhetoric from them when they was younger, now they older, and now they're standing in this fucking space right now. So they
Yeah,
fucked up. Because I be in the trenches. I go to the dirty side of the game. Like, I go over there. And it's
yeah,
all the same shit that they used to do back in 2.0 days, bro. Now it's even worse because now it's multiple females got channels. Back then, yeah, it was only a few chicks who was doing that when you and the brothers was going after them chicks.
you
Now
got
it's
a bunch.
multiple chicks who got channels.
And the worst part about it, you got a bunch of delusional ass women in their teens and their 20s talking about men, and they never really been experienced with men.
Nope.
You can't call the men in this space incels because we've been dealing with women for decades.
Right.
So now it's either something's got to give, either men lying or the men telling the truth. And
No,
all
they actually see yo, this young gentleman told me straight up, yo, he's young. He was like, you gotta understand, man, our moms don't be around us like that. So what we do is we be on YouTube or we be on our phone. So okay, if that man be on YouTube or on the internet, these women who's young, the new generation, they hear concrete roads, they hear Mama Cherry, they get all their information from these.
Yo, you know what's sad about that chick from Top Gun? She's 5 years older than Tom Cruise. Look like she's
Wow,
15 years older. I mean, damn.
Tom
like,
Cruise,
like,
Tom
like she
Cruise,
ain't getting no water, she ain't exercise. Like, how the fuck she got that bad, bro? What the fuck?
Tom Cruise look like Tom. She looks like Tom Cruise's mother.
More like grandmother now.
Yeah,
Damn.
you could even put her back in the movie.
Hell no, they couldn't. Shit.
I had a crush. Yo, I know I ain't the only one that had a crush on her back in the day. Like, what the fuck?
And it's crazy because ultimately, this is going to be the fate of women. They get older, they're going to have no fulfilling relationships.
Mhm.
They're going to have
You
nothing that's worth a damn.
already see Vivian Fox.
What did
Dragon
Gary
lady.
Holcomb call a big face Vivica?
Yep.
Oh
Dragon lady.
yeah.
Big old
Yo,
big
but
face.
how do she messed up? How she messed up two relationships? She had one with some priest or whatever. What the fuck he was? Like he owned a country, some crazy shit. He was a rabbi, some shit. And
Who?
then she had 50. Not
You mean Vivian?
no. Vivica Fox had 50, and
Yeah, I know
Lisa
that.
Ray had the Prime
Lisa,
Minister.
oh yeah, yeah, I
They
know that
fuck.
that Keiko's what was that dude from Keiko's level? Yeah, he had
Yeah.
an affair. He had an affair and shit. That's why
And so what?
she
He
don't
got the bag. She should have played the cut. She should have played the cut. He got the bag though. Yo, that nigga, come on, man. Shut the fuck up. Play your position. You good though. End of the day, you still good. You
listen.
ain't gonna find nobody better than him.
Shit.
What the
To
fuck
show
you
me
doing right now?
Lisa Ray ain't the bitch that she claimed she was. She ain't
Yeah,
the diamond
yo,
that she claimed she is.
she ain't Lisa
Vegeta.
Ray. She ain't Pair Club Lisa Ray. She ain't that. Like, come on, bro.
Yo, you know what's so funny though? When she was talking about how marriage, why it failed and everything, she kept pointing fingers at Tisha Campbell's ex-husband. So we used
Wow,
to be friends. And then he used to my
right. I
and
remember
she
that.
called me
I see
and
that
me with
shit.
his girls. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
He said,
Yeah.
But you know,
Oh, I'm
fellas,
not. I'm
I'm
not
about,
gonna
about
forgive
to dip
him. I'm
out.
never gonna forgive him, and all that
About to
dumb
dip
shit.
out. I know.
Look at her
That nigga
now, man.
look.
It's like,
That
yo,
nigga look.
Hold
your
up.
He
grandma
look
I'm about
now.
to
great.
dip. I'm about to dip out, fellas.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Every time, man, and it get good, child.
I know.
Hey, man,
It
join
Tomorrow.
get.
the week, man. We
That's
got the Friday and Saturday party, man.
Oh yeah,
Oh, okay.
tomorrow's my son's 15th birthday. I
Oh,
got
Um,
training
happy
tomorrow.
early birthday.
So
yeah,
if
man.
anybody want to join me, I'll be over there with Dr. T and BGS.
Yeah.
That's what's
Woo!
up.
And we
Woo.